Hello. So we are back for for another session, and I'm just gonna get our amazing friend. Oh, hey, Sunny, go. Hey, Beautiful Provisions. That sounds like an amazing name. Kieran, what's up? I haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, this is fun. All right, just gonna get our amazing friend at Glo on here in a second, and we'll do it. So I go, Beautiful. Happy, healthy, hungry. Is that Beautiful like the cafe? I love that cafe in North Van and West Van. All right, I think it's coming. Boom, boom. Oh, the beach wedding plan. Yes, it's happening. I'm guessing it'll be a couple of years. We want to really get the business um, a little more stable. Okay, Glo. Let me see. I had a problem with this before where we both sent requests to join and it kind of here we go. Hey,
Hey,
now we're talking. Good to see you.
good to see you too.
Our friends from Beautiful are on here, and they have one of the most amazing kind of healthy uh, cafe restauranty places in North Vancouver. And LA is one of my favorite places for like healthy, like raw vegan. They've got some of the most fancy, beautiful, ridiculous, I forget the name of the ones, but I loved going there for all their food.
Yeah,
There's not like a hardcore raw food like fancy restaurant in Vancouver. There was a couple that were around, but they closed. And Eternal Abundance is there, and and Beautiful has some stuff, but like a raw vegan, like really good to like fancy, like only that. Oh, Matthew Kenny, I think that was the one we went to where it's all outside patios, and it was just epic.
Matthew Penny. If I could recommend anything to anyone that's listening right now, I would say go to Peace Yoga Gallery downtown. Sherry Ray,
Okay,
she's
all right.
with Amanda Sage, and she makes these most amazing wraps. They're like raw, and she makes all of her own sauces, and it's like super local, super super homemade. It's actually right across from Wild Living Foods, which is another really amazing um,
Amazing.
vegan place, which has a lot of raw things too. And it's downtown. It's crazy that it's downtown, but we need it
Love it.
everywhere. So yeah,
I
and
love
it's
it.
so and the best part of it is that she has a yoga gallery and she's partnered with Amanda Sage. So like all of Amanda Sage's artwork is all over the yoga gallery and it's all about like the earth and they have this book and it's all about regenerating the planet and the earth and just the vision is so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Oh, that's so good. Tell me about you. This is the first time we've ever met. We've only exchanged a couple messages, so I only know that you're into eco and wellness stuff, but that's it. So I'm excited to learn more about you.
Yeah. Do you want to take a moment and ground and just take a moment to breathe together and just bring in the energy and and Gaia into it?
Sounds like the best idea. I love it. Yes, of course.
Yeah. So maybe you can just take a few breaths. If anyone's watching, they can also join us and just take a few moments to come into stillness and just breathe in the air around you and just taking a moment in space for gratitude. Just bringing this new life, new energy, clarity, peace, serenity. And just giving gratitude for this life, this sacred moment, for all the earth, all the beings, just to share this space now. And just take one more deep breath in. And exhale. Namaste. Just a short one.
Mm,
I
thank
love
you.
meditating. No worries. I love meditating. I love starting my meetings like that and starting all my calls and everything like that because I feel like it's so nice to just like
Yeah.
come into breath, come
Yeah.
into, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
That's so good.
it's so
I
exciting
at,
to hear.
at one of my first ever kind of business meetings, I I suggested we do a meditation to open, and it was everyone was so excited because never happened before, and they were like, "Oh, fun! Like, let's do it." It was so cool.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's so important, so important.
Yeah.
And if you're not going to meditate with me, then what are you doing here? Just kidding. No. I don't know.
Oh, that's
No.
funny.
But yeah, what so how do you usually do your calls? I used to, I mean, I love doing interviews and I love interviewing people. Um, I guess I can just share a little bit about me. My name is Glo. I'm currently in Santa Monica and I'm on a mission to protect water and regenerate the planet and raise the vibration of all beings and really bring in the new earth. And I feel that I'm so grateful for all the organizations, all the people that are building a bridge and building a new way forward. And right now I'm focused on this documentary about going zero waste and closing the loop, so providing like solutions to plastic, single use plastic, because it's made from oil and it's super toxic for us and the environment. So being able to create like industry level solutions of like closing the loop and refill and reuse, but also looking at the individual actions. And then I've just been for the last 5 years, like been tracking and weaving like all the organizations that are working to create peace and harmony and for the planet, for our beings, and super excited to continue to do that. And I continue to be inspired like people like you that are building platforms and that allow us to connect and unite. And it's so crucial in this time, and it's really time to build a bridge between the bridgers too. So yeah.
Mm.
um I'm actually originally from Canada too, which is super cool that you're in Vancouver. I haven't been to Canada in a long time.
Where are you from?
I was born in Brampton outside of Toronto.
Nice.
And the last like 10 years I've been traveling from like starting China to Peru to Mexico to the last 3 years mostly in Costa Rica and California. Um, so I've just been on this like long journey, and I really want to. One of my couple of my dreams are to get to Africa to work. I'm collaborating with this wildlife network in Tanzania for the elephants and the conservation organizations there, and so I'm really passionate about animals and the wildlife and restoring like all of our. I believe that we can restore everything, that the planet's already regenerated, but we just have to take the steps forward. So imagine like the Amazon rainforest being completely regenerated and being thriving even more, and us accessing all these amazing plants and knowledge that we don't even know about. And
Yeah.
um, so that's one of them. And then also Indonesia is like the last place on earth with orangutans, elephants, and orangutans, elephants, and tigers together. And 50% of that rainforest has been wiped out due to palm oil plantations for all the products that we consume in North America. So it's another mission of mine is to raise awareness on that. And go there and visit one day. I think that, but if we can shift our awareness and focus our energy on regenerating and supporting the projects that are out there, then we can actually completely shift like what Seeds has been talking about, Reiki, with Seeds, the conscious cryptocurrency, and like completely rapidly regenerate the planet really quickly. And so that's what I believe in this story, this new narrative for humanity, because it's just the story that we, even from Charles Eisenstein talks about the story of oneness, but also the individualism, and like that's really the block, is that individualism versus like our connection to the whole earth, to each other. So remembering that, and yeah, so many missions, but it's yeah, it's
Beautiful.
I think it kind of consumes your life at a point, but it's like so amazing. And I also always just want to figure out how we can like really like connect and evolve all these projects, like together, so that we can all thrive, we can have abundance for everyone.
Mm. Beautiful. Thank you for what you're doing. I really appreciate it. It's such a beautiful mission, and I love the idea of a thriving, beautiful, nature-filled, harmonious ecosystem, and it just, yeah, of course, like it feels so good. And isn't it cool that there's not really much that we have to do. We just have to stop doing the stuff that stops it, because life will just grow. It'll, like, if we just left stuff alone for a minute, everything would come back into a beautiful balance, probably, or in some way or another. And I'm sure we can be part of that, and permaculture, and, like, even make it better, maybe. But yeah, it's such a cool planet, and such a good metaphor for life. They're like, it's always working out. Like life will just kind of figure itself out, and our lives will figure themselves out if we kind of get out of the way enough and just let what's naturally wanting to happen happen. It's like, oh, it feels more relaxing than feeling like I have to be the one to figure it all out and, like,
Yeah.
fix everything and change everything. And it's like, like, it's okay, we'll get there, we'll figure it out. I really believe that we're doing it. Like, we're well on the way.
Definitely. And just like you just like I feel like I'm always like striving to do something when I have to. I always it's a good reminder of what you're just saying. It's reminding to relax and reminding to let go. It's like I went on the beach and watched the sunset yesterday and did yoga, and then everything comes to you. Like my friend was like that I just met a few months ago was just meditating on the beach there. I'm like, how's that? It's like these things just come
Yeah.
into your reality. It's so beautiful, when you step into that creation and step into that space, uh,
Mhm.
and allowing
Yeah.
the magic to unfold.
Yeah. It's so good. I've been really connecting with Adrian Grenier in the meta sphere of the internet, and just listening to his beautiful vision. And he's building a eco community in Austin, and working a lot with ocean stuff, and has this documentary called The
Lonely
Last
Whale.
Whale or something, Lonely
Yeah,
Whale.
that's the
And
nonprofit.
yeah, yeah, I really love what he's doing, and we're actually just starting the message thread between his company, his investment company, and our company, to potentially work together, and he potentially invest in Unite, and co-create some stuff. So really fun, really exciting. And our friend Akira Chan is actually filming Earth Speed, their new documentary about going at the speed of Earth, which is it's an Instagram channel too, Earth.speed, I think. And it's so cool, like these connections, like people that I think I've known just Akira through Facebook for 10 years or something, and been in random connection, and, like, he's connected with Adrian and all these. So it's so cool. And I feel like there's so much of that happening. Like, there's so many people now, especially a lot of these high profile people and people with lots of money, are focusing their attention on how can we really amp up the goodness on the planet and make it even better, and more lush and beautiful, and all the good things. And it's really cool to see. Like, it's probably the best time ever for this kind of thing. And
Yeah, it's
so
amazing.
so
I
humbling. Yeah.
I love the Lonely Whale. It's incredible because I've been following this nonprofit for a while, and the Lonely Whale, and I had no idea about the actual Lonely Whale until about 6 months ago. Because I'm always like
Mhm.
staying on top of these things and all these events and people, and always like come into my field if I'm just searching for them. And so I was really inspired when I saw this, and I didn't really realize that their nonprofit that has been called Lonely Whale for so many years, and now they're telling the story of the journey of this whale and the man that has been following this whale for 5 years. And
Mhm.
Adrian has also been like super big in the zero waste movement. He did a lot
Yeah.
with plastic, like with the skip the
Yeah.
straw,
Yeah.
so I've been, yeah, it's super amazing what he's doing. Yeah,
Shout
makes
out
me
to
so.
Adrian Grenier.
Yes.
Here, I'm gonna ping him. I'm gonna invite him to join this live right now.
Yeah. And like what I imagine is like imagine all these influencers just like starting to share these apps and platforms that are doing so much for the planet.
Mm.
It's and for them to endorse them and to have that be on their channel, that then
Yeah.
people can get connected to them. It's then people can learn about it so much quicker because they already have such a huge following and influence that once we get them on board, then it's like it's next level.
Yeah. It's so good. I'm gonna tag him and Akira and see if they're around. That'd be so
That
fun
would
to
be,
hang out
oh
with
my
them.
God, that would be like the dream. And then we
Hey.
just have to tag Leonardo DiCaprio and invite him to
Oh, fun.
I mean,
I love that.
that's my mission. That's my truly my mission is to get
Oh,
him
great.
connected to him, to have him like really promote these projects, and with the New Earth Network and all these things. And um yeah. And tomorrow we have a huge vegan potluck happening. It's like 300 people coming to Rancho Park tomorrow during the day. So if anyone is in Santa Monica or the LA area, come to. I'll send you a link to it later, but the
Put it in the
information.
comment of this live, then people will find it right here.
I don't know if there's on Instagram. It's like it's not by an organization. I don't know who's running it. I have the flyer,
Cool,
um,
cool.
but I
You
can
can take a
take the
pic,
link. Yeah, I
take a
have.
picture of it.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
I
Or
have
the
a
link.
link
Yeah.
of the picture, but it's on my phone, so I don't know if I could do it while I'm on the live. But
No worries. Yeah, you can do it after. It'll post.
mhm.
Oh, that's so fun.
So tell me about Unite. Like, so? And you guys are from Canada. What's
Mm.
Tell me a little bit about you.
Yeah. So when I was when I was like 20s, early 20s probably, and late teens, I started to become aware of things like environmental stuff and poverty and injustice and all this stuff in the world that I felt like I really wanted to uh, help and make better. And when I went down the rabbit hole of like I kept looking. I'm a Virgo, and I feel like my essence is to be very like meticulous about efficiency. And I'm like, what is the like simplest solution to this problem? And like how can we like solve it the most easily? And so I started looking at these things from that perspective and saw, oh, hello, Gary from Tanzania. I love that. I started
Ooh.
looking, yeah, right. I
Oh,
started
that's
looking
funny.
at these.
That's my friend. That's Thomas. He has the Wild Net. He has
Oh,
the
great.
network. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And so I started looking at these problems from the perspective of, if everyone on the planet was really filled up from the inside with happiness, pure, like true happiness, a lot of these things wouldn't exist because the people who are doing bad things wouldn't do bad things because you don't do that when you're feeling great. And the people who are feeling great would be even more inspired to support and find solutions and help. And I feel like that would really solve a lot of the problems that we're seeing. And so I became very focused, and it's interesting. I was just chatting with a guy before this, Ken Lewicki, and he's all into channeling and basically teaching people how to become uh, better at being in the receiving mode of source in every moment or in during the day, like when you're picking your groceries or picking a movie to watch, like just kind of asking for support, or guidance, or like receiving. And so I started kind of thinking like, who, like, what's the most efficient way to like up level the consciousness or the emotional state of everyone on the planet? Like, how would that work? Like, what's the best way to do that? And I kept coming back to that, and I was like, at the time I was receiving like channeling a lot of music and creating these beautiful songs, and I was like, well, I could do that. I could become a musician and share music with the world, but it felt like it was too fleeting. Like people would listen and then that's it, and it's like I felt like too surface of an impact. And then I was like, oh, maybe I could become a coach like Tony Robbins and cheer people up and cheer people on and make a difference. And I was like, even Tony Robbins, like, he can only reach so many people. There's only so many people who vibe with one person's path, and it didn't feel, again, it didn't feel right for me. And finally I kind of started to come up with this idea, or to receive this idea of like, what if we could take all the modalities, all the nonprofits, all the teachers, all the healers, all the communities, and put them in one place, and then learn and share from each other. And then what if we could really personalize it so that when someone comes on, they can answer some questions, or it can even learn about you and know that, like, you're this age and you're looking to, meet new friends and lose weight and find a job that really thrills you, and whatever the things are. And then it could kind of connect you with like the perfect people or resources, whether it's free or paid, that would help you on your journey. And I was like, wouldn't that be really cool? I feel like that would be really helpful to the world where, and even like if you're looking to buy a new couch, wouldn't it be cool to have a place where you could go and find the most eco-friendly, ethical, sustainable couch to buy, and not have to do a ton of research, but it's like all the eco stuff is in one place, and you can see it rated against each other of like this one is cheaper, but this one is maybe more eco-friendly, and this one's this, and you could just choose based on your preferences what's most important to you and which ones you like best. And so that was kind of the start of it, was this idea of like a centralized platform for everything wellness and well-being and sustainability. And then so this is the beginning. We've just created the first steps, which is like the love feed, which is uplifting content, and the love stream, which is going to be kind of like this for live streams, and then the events and products and services, which we've finished the events, and products and services are coming soon. So yeah, that's the essence of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, I feel like having the accountability to take action and to expand and evolve our projects, our personal lives, is like the next evolutionary step that I really want to, like, just like being able to have that team, that dream team, and to have that part in that community around me to activate these things, I think that's what a lot of the other programs or things that I've seen or experienced in the past have been lacking, is that kind of like that I would say long-term accountability, because I feel like we can all fall off the bandwagon, right? And but having that momentum and that push and that drive, and then having the team around us to continue building that, right? Because I feel like it's such a long, like, we have this vision of where we want to go, but there's so many steps that we need to take to get there. So it's beautiful that that you're creating this thing that can support and help flourish and help these projects and our planet and our people thrive.
Yeah.
I really, like, I've kind of since I don't know when, but I feel like all these apps and these ideas always come to me. Like, another person will be like, "Oh, I'm building this app for the social network," and it's so beautiful and magical to see, like, all everyone doing this. Ever since I moved to Costa Rica, when I was working with Karma Tribe on their, like, volunteering with them to create their crowdfunding campaign, it really opened my eyes, because I started doing research on all these different projects, and Karma Tribe was a global organization of people helping each other for free. It was like a gifting economy. So you had it was just a website, but you had like a username, so you could say, hey, I'm offering like social media services, and hey, like, I need help like painting my house or something like that. But they were like different, like separate from each other. So it was really cool, because then you could just find people that you match with. And so that's what I really like hope and want for the evolution of everything, is like that we can have these services, and in the future, not even have to use fiat currency to exchange this energy and exchange these resources, so that every project can thrive. And so ever since then, ever since I went to Envision Festival with Karma Tribe in Costa Rica, it really transformed my life, because I saw all these solutions, and I saw these eco villages and these intentional communities, and New Mundo, which was like the platform that was mapping out eco villages around the world. It kind of just opens your consciousness and opens your mind to like a new way of living. And so the beginning of a new way for people and the planet.
Yeah.
Super incredible.
That's so good. Yeah, they really are. That I feel like that's part of the thing, is that the internet is helping us see the reality, not just the potential, but like the reality of what's actually here now. And even with the current state of the internet, I feel like there's so much that people don't know about, that like if someone's young and just learning about eco villages, like, where do they go to see that thing? And maybe that's your friend who's building that network, but like, I feel like there's so much more potential to make that so seamless and interactive, where you can just like eventually put on your VR and like, okay, we're gonna tour so-and-so eco-village in Costa Rica, and people from all over the world can literally walk through and see and learn, and it becomes like, it's so cool. Like technology mixed with human interaction and nature and business and connectivity. It's going to be a really wild, and like crypto coming up, and like it's just, there's so much. It's going to be a wild 10, 15 years and more, but like it feels like such a crazy time. It's going to be fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
love that you're like looking at the positive sides of the internet technology, because like we have this ability right here to connect, like from miles away, and like this is really how we
Yeah.
actually transform the world, because once we can use the media for that purpose of connecting and sharing this information and cross posting, amplifying our messages, sharing everyone else's messages, then we really see the change, because everything else dissolves and we're like, what is the actual truth? Wow, I'm in this VR, I'm experiencing this eco village. Like, wow, I had no idea this existed, right?
Yeah.
And once you see this existing, once you see and feel a new reality, once you feel that in your own world, and you can see it, then you can start to focus on a new way of new media, of inspiring media, of stories.
Mhm.
I think the it's amazing that you're doing these lives, because that's the most transformative thing. I
Mm.
feel when because it's live, it's real. It's not
Yeah.
like it's not like the fake news. It's like what is
Exactly.
actually here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once we can start sharing, if you look at the Sign Network or these other platforms that, they have these little portals and you have all these different organizations. Imagine if we could just like click and you get to see into this project, and I just think that that'll be so amazing. There's other platforms like Only One and Water Bear. Like Water Bear is like a little mini Netflix for
Mm.
Earth projects, like Earth
Yeah.
documentaries. And then
Yeah.
Only One is specifically focused on ocean conservation. So I wish I could just
Mm.
like be like boop 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 and like just like show a picture of it right now. It's like I know I need to do a new webinar soon. I was hosting
So
this
fun.
little New Earth Summit last year in December, actually. Maybe I'll do it again, but just having people come and share about their projects. But having it easy to share these projects, so people can, like
Mm.
you just said, like a young person wouldn't even know, and like when I start speaking, those people are like wow, I never knew this, like thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And then they learn about what's actually happening, like how they can get involved. And what I love about Only One is that it's like watch, read, and then act, so you can donate or like um
Mm.
sign a petition. And then the next evolution of that, I would love to see like join the project. Then you can now join the project and become a part of the project. And like
Mhm.
that, I think that will be really, really amazing too.
Yeah.
Um,
I love that. My business partner and life partner, Crystal, she is her background is much more in the sustainability, like eco recycling. Like her mom was, building a garden and recycling before, there was pickups available. So she was taking it down to the place herself, and like she grew up really much more in that. And my background was much more in wellness and community and bringing people together. And so we kind of merged forces in our lives and are creating this. And one of the visions that's come out of us co-creating is this idea of, wouldn't it be cool to have all the different nonprofits and like to be able to see a map of the world and see like what actual things are most important right now, like whether it's deforestation or global warming or ocean cleanups or whatever. Like, what are the things that people are most interested in and concerned about and want us to help with? Or it doesn't have to be a problem, even it could be a solution, like building eco villages or whatever. But just seeing the map and the kind of rating it based on like how important is it and how many people are interested and who's involved and who's interested in funding things like this and who's working on things like this and what and it's like, oh, you guys are like both of these organizations have the exact same mission, maybe y'all should like collaborate. And like, oh, this young person really wants to help with ocean cleanup, maybe she should connect with this local organization. And just having like a interactive map that where it just seamlessly connects people. So that's definitely something that we're like dreaming up in the future. I don't know if someone else will do it or will end up doing it, but it's definitely feels exciting. That's the thing that I feel like is most different about what we're thinking of than how the current Facebook, Instagram, Google kind of system is, which I absolutely love, and I think the people who are behind them are really really amazing. And but I think the difference that we're thinking of is by not having ads on the platform, by having the financial model be more around exchange. So if someone finds a really amazing healer through Unite and has a session and books it through Unite, then Unite would take a little percentage like Airbnb does. And so that's the business model that we're thinking of, and then some other layers on top of that, like memberships and different things. But not having the ads. And I feel like because the ad model incentivizes platforms to not give a lot of organic reach for free, it incentivizes them to give enough to get things to a scale, and then enough to keep things interesting, but not so much that they can make a bunch of money from it and not need to use their ad product. And so I feel like when we do it, it's going to be, there's a different incentive, where our incentive is going to be to connect people with what they're looking for as much as possible, and then to be that trusted source where they come to when they are looking to buy something, and then have that be the way that it works. And so like our love stream, for example, like we could be doing this on our love stream, and when it's at a bit of scale, like anyone who's got eco sustainability, things in their interest profile, might get notified and be able to actually join in and start speaking like on Clubhouse. And it would be a much more robust like way of connecting people and having this big group of people connect. And I feel like there's really it's time, and there's space for this, and I'm really excited to like let it, because right now it's really beginning and there's 1,000 people on there, and it's like starting, it's like fresh, which is fun too. It's like having a newborn baby. Like it's only going to be young once, but I'm really excited to watch it grow up and be part of that evolution.
I love the way that you're thinking about it. It's just like, step by step. And I want to hit on a few points that you just mentioned, like the ads, and then also well, first of all, the ads, and also the map. What I love what you said about the map, I've had other people describe to me just like having this heat layer map. So you like you have the hot spots where it's like a different light, a different color to show like the different energy that's like, okay, like what's happening with this project, this ocean project, and you see the trash coming out and you see, okay, we need, focusing on this project. So there are a few maps out there that are being created. So also I want to mention the open social platform. I forget what it's called. It's a group on Telegram. You need to join it because there's a bunch of people that are creating open source platforms.
Perfect.
And I've been tracking, most of these organizations for a while. And then also, the ads, like it's just time to like dissolve all the unnecessary ads, and not only just like having that that non-organic reach. It's just like it's so pervasive, and we don't like, all these ads are solely focused on profit, and they're destroying the planet, and so it's like really like I think that we could, I still believe that we can have good ads. Like I want to make, I don't want to call them ads, but like showing, create a little video about your business so that what it's about, and and not the intention of like twisting someone's mind or manipulating their mind, but just to share what's actually happening. And so like that's where I see the future of ads, what you can call advertising, which is just like the marketing. But imagine just, I want to just, okay, like think about the internet right now. You go to a regular website to read an article, and it's like ad, like pop up. Imagine if that like literally dissolved, like just dissolved. Like that's what I envision, is like just dissolving all those ads that are like solely destruction and profit based, dissolving that, and so that we can actually read the information that we want, get access to the education information, and to what we want, and not have to be bombarded by these billboards and these things that are so unnecessary. And imagine, and I just think about all the money and all the people that are working in these companies that are destroying the planet, that imagine all that energy focused into creating beautiful things for humans and the planet, And like you said, when that this time, this moment when all these people are connecting online, and we see this massive transformation.
Mm.
We see, we see that transformation happening on this map, and all these people connecting and uniting, and I just it's time to build a step bridge forward. And I think that we still have to experience this wall coming up. I
Mm.
think that wall of that, we continue to get censored, and we continue to, that wall is going to, come up, and then we have to like break through, jump over, and then link everything together.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see. Yeah, I feel like the the ad stuff is so interesting because as I was growing up, I was like, how does TV work? Like, who pays for this? Like, how do I get to just watch this stuff for free? Like, where does it come from? And then I learned, I'm like, oh, like advertisers pay for this. Interesting. And that's why the news became sensational, is because it got more viewers. Not because it's better for people, but that's the business model. And I was like, oh, this isn't the best. Like it's not the best for humanity. It's like it's not showing the people exactly what would be best for them. It's showing the people stuff that people have money to pay to show you. And then it's not helping, like, for the businesses, they have to learn how to navigate all these things. And I was like, as the idea for Unite came, I'm like, if we thought about it not from the point of view of like competing, but from the point of view of, the a company wants to create something that will add value to someone else's life, and a person is looking for something that's going to help them. And so, wouldn't it be easier if there was a platform that just did that for them and was like, "Oh, you're a mom looking for eco-friendly diapers. Here's the best diaper company based on all these ratings and all these reviews. They're doing it right. They're making it eco-friendly and it works. And there you go. Like, and then here's a bunch of other options if you want." And wouldn't that just be easier? Because then the companies wouldn't have to spend so much time and money and energy on like trying to find people, and people wouldn't have to spend so much time researching like what's the best thing and can I trust this? And I don't know. It just made sense. I was like, oh, this is inevitable, and someone's going to do it. And it's like, okay, I think we're going to do it. And then the thing that's really interesting is I feel like right now there's a percentage of the world that's really interested in wellness and sustainability, and it's growing. And it's probably not, I don't know if it's 50%, but it's a lot. It's like there's a lot of people in the world who care about this stuff. But I feel like in 10 or 15 years, it's going to be most of the world, like the vast majority. And I feel like they're going to want a place to go where they can find the best stuff for themselves, for the planet, for their kids, for their family. And they're going to want to know that it's the most ethical and sustainable and healthy and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, okay, like I feel like we're in a position where we can build something that's really going to, serve a need and make a difference and actually support this coming wave of people who are really going to be looking for that kind of stuff. So I feel excited. Like I'm getting a little chills. It's like, yeah, it's going to work, and it's going to be really fun to watch it unfold and be part of it.
Yeah, I
And to
think
work with people like you who are doing awesome things.
things. It's yeah, just creating. I think, like you just said, it's a majority, and just like creating that tipping point, right? And being able to. I love what you said about merging the visions, like merging companies that like are doing similar things, and um,
Mm-hmm.
there are a lot. There are a lot out there that are doing similar things. So I think it's
Mm-hmm.
time to provide like a way for people to merge and also just get connected, be able, really starting to. I want a QR code so that I can just, at every event I've been kind of, volunteering, promoting all these different events. And like you said, the news, I really want to curate the news and help curate the news and, um, make it easy, make it easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we want to have a feature where the Unite platform will sort of learn about what your interests are and what's most important to you, and you can share whatever you want with it. And then it'll sort of make recommendations of different nonprofits or charities that you might want to support. And then you can choose however many you want, and what percentage you want to donate with each purchase, whether you're buying or selling. And so it's like, I want to give 1% of everything I ever buy or receive to charity. And I want it to go to these charities in this percentage for each one. And
Mm.
that's, and forever. And I just don't think about it. And then in, a year, you're looking like, wow, I've given like $10,000 to charity, where you might not have done that if it was like a lump sum. But over, if you're, especially if you're a business doing a lot of sales, it's like that's low, like 1%, you probably do way more. So I feel like it's going to be an interesting project to learn. And I feel like people will really resonate with that. And I love it. I think it's so good to, support these things. And like we just had the flood in BC, and there's a lot. My partner's parents' house was 2 feet. Well, there was 2 feet of water on the top, like the main floor, and the basement was completely a river. And so it was like wild. And they just got up there now. And those are the kind of places on the map that would be like red. Whereas like this place needs urgent support. Like some people don't have another place to live and don't have money, and like that's their house, and they're like cold, and what do you do? So like let's like send lots of love and support and money and resources there now, because it's urgent. Whereas something like cleaning plastics out of the ocean, it's important, but it's not like needs to happen tomorrow or people are gonna like go hungry and die. Maybe, I don't think so. It'll be interesting to see that map of like different colors, and I love that idea of like color coded, and yeah, so interesting. I
Yeah.
love this. Thanks for sharing about this.
Yeah, definitely. And there's so many other forms, I think, to get people inspired. Like, there's games. Now people are creating games. I don't know if you've seen Sybil X Explorer. Have you seen Sybil X Explorer?
No.
Oh, you have to watch that trailer of their game. It's like basically kind of similar to the app, but it's like gamifying it, and they're based in Texas, and super inspiring, and it's based on the wheel of co-creation, and it like matches your persona with everything, and the old video that's like basically kind of like a
Oh, lost you.
if my battery's going lower, but you can experience what it's like to go into the app and like create your character and everything. So it's really beautiful, and their mission is to also regenerate the planet, and so it's another one that's super inspiring as well. Yeah.
Nice. If
Mm-hmm.
you ever want to offer your webinar on like low impact and zero waste and all that stuff, we're gonna start onboarding creators to the web stream to give talks and engage in discussions and all that stuff. So that's definitely something that we'd love to have if you're looking for those opportunities, and we'll
Definitely,
promote it and get people on there.
definitely would love to, and just like and invite other people too. That there's so
Hmm.
many organizations that people
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. That sounds amazing.
It'd be cool, like in the until we build the giant map of awesomeness. It'd be cool to like do what we can right now. Like, okay, all the ocean charities, let's have a big, you know, Zoom or even organize a little like conference or whatever
Mm-hmm.
online where people can just connect, and like, or a Facebook group, even whatever. Like,
Yeah,
here, let's get together, and everyone
have
who's doing
content,
stuff with
share it.
rainforest, let's go. Like, who's doing what? Connect, like
Yes.
interconnect, mingle, cross pollinate.
Yes. I was like literally writing this today. I was like, how do we connect all the water projects? Like I really want to get connected to Charity Water, which I know that Freedom Air, the conscious entrepreneur community, they are partnered with Charity Water, and Charity Water is amazing.
Oh, you muted.
It's like they have a really good marketing um plan, I guess, because what Mark what was his name? Scott Harris. Sorry, Scott Harris. Um, he threw a birthday party. He threw like a club event party because he used to be a club promoter, and he took his 30th birthday and did that, and then raised like all this money to start Charity Water, and it's so inspiring. And his ad on YouTube is literally like the story of his life, how he did that, and it's like so inspiring. And it just, being able to access those larger networks that already are doing it, and like, okay, then from Charity Water, we connect Water Brothers and all these other water projects so that, why not, why do we not have access to clean water? It's to 2021. Like, why do we not have water for 7 billion people yet? Come on, guys,
Yeah,
we do this.
yeah.
So I was literally writing that today. So it's so funny that you're saying like, let's connect all the rainforest people and this,
Mhm.
and
Yeah. Well, let me know. I mean, we've spent the last 6 years creating and promoting events
mm-hmm.
and building community. And definitely Facebook groups are really a powerful tool right now because Facebook is allowing a lot of organic reach and engagement to happen within them.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a good way to actually communicate with people. And so creating Facebook groups for each kind of um, genre of charity, I guess, would be
Mm-hmm.
really interesting. And then creating little, Zooms, and also maybe a more organized like festival. And I bet these bigger places like Charity Water and like Ashton Kutcher and Adrian Grenier and Leo DiCaprio, like they would throw some big Hollywood bash or at least do something fun. So I think there's definitely something there, and it could even be its own company of like it's the company's, the nonprofit's job is to help connect these different charities and nonprofits together and create events and create cross pollination and awareness, and I think it's really interesting.
Yeah,
I'd
that would be
love to support.
amazing.
Yeah.
We're having my friend is building, who is working on a platform. Time is now to, well, it's my birthday on the 18th of December, so I'm planning to do a live and hold an event in person too. So it could be another good time to, I don't know if you want to connect in with that as well.
Please send. Yeah.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
good, and maybe we can like get some of those guys to to donate or support it in any way to promote it. It would be amazing.
Yeah, I think it's so good. I think the key with that kind of thing is they're like if you're super passionate about it and you're kind of moving forward regardless, that people will find you and those things, and like I'll support you, and I want to see it happen, and co-create and whatever. Like I think it's so valuable and so important. Yeah.
Yeah. Do
Mm.
you normally do your lives on only on Instagram or on Facebook and?
We usually do them in three places. We usually have the love stream on Unite is like the main one. It's kind of like Zoom, so you can have multiple people and do that, and then we'll have Facebook and an Instagram live happening, just filming us, and then we'll kind of turn the camera on the love stream to whenever people are talking.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
this was just easier in the moment with with us. Yeah,
Cool. If you had one message for the world, what would it be?
be happy. Do whatever you can to make yourself feel better.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. How about you?
Um, I feel like it always changes. It's always my last question that I ask when I'm doing an interview. But what would it be? I would say tune in to your heart and
Mm-hmm.
act from a space of like love and gratitude. Act
Mm-hmm.
from,
Yeah.
and follow your heart and your passions, and just, yeah, just be as well. I think we came from the beginning of this, coming from that space of being, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Attracting that into our lives. So yeah.
I love that. Is there anything that you're working on now that you want people to know about, or you are looking for support with, or anything that we can support with that we haven't already chatted about?
Well, like I said, the documentary about going zero waste, and you know,
Mm.
uh, and like featuring all these inspiring like entrepreneurs, eco entrepreneurs who are like offering all these sustainable products that are alternatives to plastic, and also just building the New Earth Network. So
Mm.
linking, like you just like everything we just said, like linking all these projects that are doing similar things and being able to link them together and do the marketing and the media for them, and get these big names, big influencers, big email lists behind these projects so that we can rapidly regenerate the planet.
Mm. I love it. I'm really seeing like, and I know that I don't think it's going to be like me or unite to like do this, but I'm seeing like the idea of a company or a nonprofit where it's like doing what we talked about, where you're connecting and intermingling, but also creating a lot of media around companies that are doing it right, and literally going to the factory or the farm or the whatever, and interviewing the creator of these products and things, and like having a whole, like creating media and just having the whole thing be funded through whatever people who want to support that way of life. I feel like that's a really interesting like project, like a brand that a lot of people would get behind, and then the media is so valuable because it's actually going to support these brands, and so like investors who are invested in those companies would probably want to fund like that mini documentary on their company, and like there's it's just, I think there's a lot there. It's a very interesting project.
Yeah, that's definitely the goal and like the focus with the New Earth Media and what I've been trying to do. And it's just so massive that like, because imagine
Yeah.
like all these organizations. I mean, that's what I really want to see happen. So, anyone that's interested into it. I just also want to shout out to Eco Joe, who's the Eco Superhero, who joined in.
Oh, good.
But there's also another platform. It's called More You. And it's a healthier mind, body, spirit, and it was co-created by Viral Purpose Media, and they used to do viral video media marketing campaigns on Facebook and reach like 350 million people. It's super cool because the platform, well, the app is called Plex, and the channel is called More You, so you can actually download the app and search for More You, and it's free. And right now they have like kind of like inspirational content, but they really want to onboard more content, like conscious content creators, and and films and documentaries. So it's another tool, another avenue for this positive change.
I love it. Yeah, please share any links in the comments here below, and we'll connect after this, and I'll put you in a group chat on Facebook, a messenger with my partner Crystal, and we can plan you coming on the love stream and offering some cool stuff, and creating some events around it. And I like it. I think it's really fun. And please reach out if there's anything. I really want to support what you're up to, and think it's so beautiful, the vision of.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you the Telegram link to the open social, and it'd be great to continue weaving the web.
Yeah, and thanks Jen Jen works with us at Unite, and she's been chiming in the comments and sending
nice.
love.
Awesome. Yay. Cool. Thank you so much. It's been amazing.
Yeah. So fun. So lovely to meet you. We'll talk soon.
Talk soon. Bye.